Hello everyone, welcome back to Force Fellow. My name is Ashok. Today in this video, we will discuss few important points that we should keep in mind while inserting data into multiple sObjects using single DML statement. So in previous video, we have seen how to insert data into multiple sObjects using single DML statement in Apex. If you missed that video and would like to go through now, then link is available below in description. Okay. Now for a high level overview, let me briefly explain that here as well. So in our day-to-day tasks, we often encounter scenarios where we need to insert data into multiple sObjects on a single action. For example, let's say on a button click, we have a requirement to insert data into account, contact and opportunity objects. It means using Apex, we need to insert data into all three objects simultaneously, right? Now to achieve this requirement, there are various approaches available in Apex. So let's talk about them and start with the basic approach. This is how we generally write code to insert data into sObjects. Like first we need to create an object of each sObject and then assign value to their fields and then use DML statement to save data into database. So in this way, here we are inserting data into account, contact and opportunity objects. Okay. While this approach works fine for creating a few records, but here we have used 3 DML statements to insert only 3 records, right? It means while dealing with large amount of data, this approach will become less efficient and possibly we will get governor limits issue. For example, let's say if you want to insert 100 records for each of account, contact and opportunity, then using this simple approach, this is how we will write code to create records. I mean, here we are running a loop till 100 and under this loop, we are inserting account, contact and opportunity. But do you think this approach will work? Let's give it a try. No, it is not working. We got a too many DML statements exception. But why? Because under this loop, we have added 3 DML statements and this loop is running 100 times. It means at runtime, this code is trying to execute 300 DML statements and that is out of the governor limits, right? In Salesforce, while working on customizations, we should always keep governor limits in mind. And if we talk about per transaction governor limits, then in one transaction, we can execute only 150 DML statements, right? And here we are trying to execute 300. That's why we got an exception. So whenever you have a requirement to create multiple records, then instead of using DML statement for each record, we should write bulkified code and insert multiple records using single DML statement. For example, here outside of loop, we have declared 3 list variables to hold account, contact and opportunities. And under this loop, we are creating objects and assigning value in required fields and assigning these objects into list variables. So at runtime, this loop will add 100 account records into this accounts variable and similarly add contacts and opportunity records. And here after this loop, here we have used 3 DML statements to insert accounts, contacts and opportunity records. Now let's try to execute this code and see what happens. Code executed successfully. Now let's verify records are created or not. Alright, here we can see contact records. Let's verify accounts as well. Okay, we can see accounts as well, which means 300 records created by just using 3 DML statements, right? So we can say this approach is better than previous one and prevent us to easily hit our governor limits. I mean, if you have a requirement to create multiple records, then instead of using one DML statement for each record, we should hold all the records inside list and then process that list using single DML statement like this. Okay. Now, next question you might be getting, can't we insert all these records by using single DML statement? I mean, here we are using 3 DML statements to insert accounts, contacts and opportunities. So the question is, can't we insert all these records using single DML statement? Because you know, as per governor limits, we can process up to 10,000 records using single DML statement, right? Then answer of your question will be yes. Because if we talk about input type, that DML statement supports, then here we can pass single sObject or list of sObjects. And every Salesforce object inherits from the sObject standard class, even standard object or custom objects. So we can say sObject is the parent class for all the standard or custom objects in Salesforce. Which means with DML statements, we can pass records from multiple objects because at the end, they all are sObjects, right? So now let me show you how we can insert all these records by using single DML statement. Okay, well, this code is same, and after this loop, here we have declared a list variable of sObject type, and then using add all method, assigned accounts, contacts and opportunities. And at last, here we have used a single DML statement to insert all these records into database. Now, at runtime, how this will work? So, this loop will add 100 accounts, contacts and 100 opportunities. Now, after this loop, here we are adding all those records into records list. Because data type of this list is sObject, and as I said, sObject can hold any Salesforce object, either custom or standard, right? It means this list will have 300 records at runtime. And at last, instead of 3 DML statements, we have used one and passed records sObject list. Okay? Now, let's execute this code and see what happens. But before that, let me change loop start and end values so we can get unique record names. Code executed successfully. Now let's verify records. Alright, here we can say accounts till 200. Let's verify opportunities as well. We can see new opportunities here. It means all the records created successfully. Okay. So this is how we can create multiple sObjects data using single DML statement. This approach is the best one if you want to insert multiple sObjects data into single transaction. So you should also try to use this approach wherever possible, because this will help you to write bulkified code and also helps to avoid hitting governor limits. But while using this approach, there are few considerations that we should always keep in mind. So let's see them one by one, where first one says records are saved in the same order that they are entered in the sObjects input array. So if you are inserting new records that have parent-child relationship, then parent records must proceed to the child records in that array. Okay. Next one says using single DML statement, records can be created for up to 10 object types. Using single DML, we can insert records for multiple object types. Like here we are inserting for account, contact and opportunity. But here in Salesforce, we have a max limit of 10. It means you can only save records up to 10 different object types. Okay. Next point is one DML operation can process up to 10 chunks. So, in Salesforce, whenever we try to process data in bulk, then platform will internally break those records into smaller chunks and process each chunk individually. So if we are going to insert multiple sObject data using single DML statement, then Salesforce can process maximum of 10 chunks. And one chunk can contain maximum 1 or 200 records of same object type. Now, let's understand how chunk size created internally, or what logic Salesforce is using to calculate chunk size under the hood. So first rule is a chunk can have maximum 200 records. It means, let's say if you are trying to insert 1000 accounts, then 5 chunks will be there. I mean, all these 1000 records will be saved into 5 different chunks. Okay. Next rule says each chunk can have records of only one object type. Let's refer an example to understand this point. Let's say we are trying to insert data into 3 objects, account, contact and opportunity. And in input sObject array, we have added records in this order. Like first we have added 2 account records, account 1 and account 2. And then we have added 3 contact records, contact 1, 2 and 3. And then 1 opportunity record. And then again 2 accounts and 1 contact record. So at the end, records added in this way. Now let's say we are passing all these records with a single DML statement like this. So while inserting these 9 records, how many chunks will Salesforce create internally? Then answer will be 5. Why? Because as we discussed, records are saved in the same order that they are entered in the sObjects input array. And in one chunk, Salesforce can have records of only one object type. So in first chunk, Salesforce will contain only these 2 records. Why? Because third record has different object type. I mean, first 2 are account records and third one is the contact record, right? So in one chunk, maximum we can have 200 records, but before 200, if records are from different object type, then those records will be processed into another chunk. Okay? So that's why second chunk will contain 3 contact records. Then this opportunity record will be processed into separate chunk, and similarly these 2 counts will be processed into 4th chunk, and this last contact will process into 5th chunk. Okay? So in nutshell, we can say records for different object types are broken into multiple chunks by Salesforce. And also FX triggers invoked one time per chunk. It means, let's say if we have created a trigger on account object, then as per this example, our trigger will call 2 times. Okay? I hope this point is clear to you, like how a chunk size calculated in Salesforce. Now, due to this behavior, whenever we try to insert multiple object type records using single DML statement, then we can insert maximum 10 to 2000 records. It completely depends on how we are adding records into sObject input array, right? Let me show you an example. Here on top, we have declared a sObject list variable, and under this loop, adding account, contact and opportunity record in this records list. And this loop will run 4 times, which means in each iteration, 3 different object types record will add. So finally this records list will contain records like this: first account record, then contact, then opportunity. Similarly, in next iteration of loop, again account record, then contact, then opportunity, and this process will go 4 times. Okay? And at last, here we are trying to insert all these records using single DML statement, right? Now at runtime, what will happen? This loop will add only 12 records, but still we will get an error. Let me show you by executing this code. Alright, here we can see an error which says cannot have more than 10 chunks in a single operation. Why? Why we are getting this error? Because in this input array, each time we are adding record of different object type. Like at first position, we are adding account record, then contact, then opportunity. Then again account, contact and opportunity. So internally Salesforce is trying to insert each record into different chunk. So while processing these records, 12 chunks created. But if we are trying to insert multiple objects data, then max chunk size is 10. Okay? But if we are going to insert records of single object, then we can insert up to 10,000 records using single DML statement, which is the max governor limit for per transaction. So please keep this point in mind, and if you have any doubt related to this, then do let me know in the comments, because this point is very important. Now, if anyone asks you what can be the maximum chunk size in Salesforce, then you can say max size is 200, but it's depend on the input array, in what order records added into input array. Alright. Next point says we can insert related records as well using external ID field up to 10 levels deep. On this point, I have created a separate video, so you can refer that if you want to know more. Link is available in description. Okay. So that's it in this video. I hope this video helped you to learn something new. Then please help me to by like and share this video. That's completely free for you, but really helpful for me. And also don't forget to share your feedback in comments. That will really give me motivation to create more such kind of videos for you. Again, thank you so much. We'll see you in next video.